Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Scott 35. I'm a little giddy doing this one. Today is Saturday, 9/10/22. Heading to a card show. Hasn't been one in a few weeks. Probably a little longer than that. It's probably been a month or so. We have quite a few. I think for the next month or so, I have one every weekend, I think, all the way through October from where I was looking at. Uh, Tomorrow is in Charlotte. Not big, 50 tables, not small either, I think. Uh, we'll see what it is. It's a one dayer, go down. So hopefully hang out with Nats Man a little bit and check out some cards and see what's going on. And let y'all know how it goes Sunday night. Sunday night, right now, tentatively, I'm planning on having a card shop owner that I'm actually meeting tomorrow at the show. He's interested in doing my channel. Reached out through Natsman. Um, Natsman talked to him about doing it. He's watched, have seen some of my stuff, so I really appreciate that. And I just want to get his perspective on some stuff. I've had interviews with card shop owners and things like that. But I just want to see what the feel is now at this show. Now that we're getting closer to school's back in, holiday season's right around the corner. Uh, this is the time of year where people are not really spending as freely. I think they got other things on their mind, and we're totally out of the. I'm not gonna say away from COVID as we're away from it totally, but the lockdowns and all that stuff. People, you can see it every day. People wearing masks and social distancing is still a thing, and which is all that stuff probably not a bad thing. Personal space in public is always nice when you can get it. But I just want to see what the trends are. I know the last couple of shows, it was a lot of, the dollar, quote unquote, dollar boxes, or, whatever, going through those, especially for me. And I'll probably be doing that some this week. Uh, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. And I just want to get his perspective on some things and about what I want to talk about today in the grading world, what he's looking for in his shop, things like that. So I'm interested in getting somebody that has a shop, what he's looking for turning over, making some dollars, you know. And if y'all have any questions, please be there as usual. Ask your questions. Man, I really want to thank y'all for last week with my dad. That was kind of, it was in my mind as one thing and ended up as something so much different and better that I couldn't, I just let it go. And, you know, uh, if y'all want to see more of my dad, let me know. I don't know if it could be a weekly thing, but man, he loved it. And, it's, he loves his sports and especially how it fits in with the real world and things like that. But he grew up with it. That was his outlet, just like mine. Um, and now you see why I'm so passionate about baseball. But man, y'all really a, I had a great weekend with my family, and that topped it off. Made my this week at work just man, it really did, and I appreciate y'all for that. Um, and my dad was great. He's very, I don't want to say bullheaded, but he's very set in his ways at 76. He loves his old school sports. but he's very accepting of the new school ways. But it's a fight. It's a slow merger. But some of these new rules I think he likes, but me and him have a lot of the same thoughts for speeding up the game, which is a story for a different day. And then Wednesday, I think this past Wednesday, I was saying I was going to do an SGC reveal, and I ended up doing a pickups. The reason why I did that is I had a bunch of them. I kind of wanted to get them off my desk. And I really liked some of them. I don't think it hit it off with the rest of the world, but it is what it is. I'm going to be me. That's the way I collect, and for the most part, and you know, I'm getting Pete Alonso's. I picked up two more nice ones this week for. I paid $1, and I think with the shipping, it's going to be $5. If it's a $4 shipping, which I like to stay away from as much as possible. But if I think that card is worth more than $1 and I can win it at $1, then I don't feel as bad. And then I always make sure they ship it the way they said they're going to pay for it, because I paid for that shipping. And so far, I don't think I've had but one card get shipped in a white envelope that should have been shipped in the bubble mailer. And I kind of let that guy know about it. But, what do you do? But most of the time I like to go after the $1.97 dollar shipping, whatever. Because $2 cards, low numbered cards, I think we're getting back to that. And unless you're going after some big daddy cards, which I bring up all the time, I think our world is starting to, especially in the baseball. Well, I think baseball always comes down first, and then everything else kind of follows. I haven't seen much craziness in the football world, other than I heard Herbert was going for stupid on PWCC, I guess, for a dumb price. But it is what it is. And I did sign up. Let it be known, I signed up for PWCC. Now, hear me out. They have a lot of good things going on. And as less as I smell shenanigans, if I can get stuff at a reasonable price, they're one of the, and I hope somebody could tell me otherwise somewhere else that has a lot of lesser, cheaper things on their auctions. I don't need, turn of the century cards. That's not where I'm at. I don't collect higher graded vintage. That's not where I'm at. But they do have Clementes and a bunch of different, grades, and they seem reasonably, the ones I've been watching so far seem reasonable. I haven't really done much. I've been just watching just to see if shenanigans come up. Now, they do, they do. If they don't, then, I'll be jumping in. I know they're past, but I'm not shilling for them at all. I just, for me, I like to get in that, because I'm looking now to start spreading my wings a little bit in vintage. So I'm trying to step out of just Clemente and maybe going into somebody like Sandy Koufax or Duke Snyder or, Yogi Berra. I'm even, I saw I picked up Yachty, so now I'm starting to look more and more catchers. I started last year kind of looking at Roy Campanella's, just trying to widen my scope in my collection of, I love catchers, and I just want to, I'm looking for, the best of the best catchers, and it's not cheap, and I need as many outlets as possible to try to find, what I can find for my price range. So, if it's PWCC, so be it. They're not going anywhere. Next, I think tonight or today, I should say, I'm recording this Friday night after work, where I got off early, so I'm kind of happy about that. But uh, we we are going to talk about grading and how I navigate the grading world. And I wanted to talk about this for a little bit, and I kind of feel like I kind of got pushed into this to be relevant at this time because of PSA, CSG, tag, uh, you know, and what my thoughts are, my opinion, not anybody else's opinion uh, on it, the pricing, and just everything. Just put it out there. And I've gone through how I think I've graded, but it's been a while. First off, I either purchased the cards online, raw. I've even purchased a Beckett, which I cracked out and sent to PSA on this last one at 35 because they didn't have the 22 at the time, and it would be borderline 22. I would probably send it in at that, just see what happens. Um, but I get the card. I either open packs, which is the majority of what I get, or I do purchase raw when I can't find it already graded. A lot of times now I just look for the graded card, but you've heard from many, and I've had Mike on my channel and listen to Mike, uh, baseball collector, talk about how, in the PSA world it's dried up. SGC's kind of getting more and more out there. CSG's getting kind of more and more out there. Uh, so uh, now I'll start breaking down where I go and how. But so then I get the cards, and for something I want to grade or I'm looking to grade, I sleeve them and put them in a pile. Then I organize them, and I have two boxes that I do grading. I separate my grading in. I have PC, and then I have cards that I would think graded and either sell or hold, or that I keep in my PC, or I sell them. You've been seeing me grade Wanders because I know Wanders not expensive, but they sell fast. Get them quickly sold, and hopefully bounces back. I think, you know, him being injured and stuff's kind of holding that back, but we'll see. There's some other ones I like to get graded, and then I have a big section of kind of cards that don't fit my PC, don't really fit my, like, I want to grade them to get sold, but they're cards I like. A lot of rookie cards, a lot of uh, young guns, a lot of just older cards that I like, that I think they're cool looking. Some, you know, catchers, some linemen. It's just cards that I don't collect the players certainly, but it's a card. I'm like, wow, that's a cool card. Uh, I might like to get that graded. Now, you might be wondering, what is in, what I'm, which ones are what. I think, my PC, my players, the Mets players, Gary Carter, of course, Bench, you know, Griffey's, what I collect, and then Star Wars. And then within that, even with PC, I figure out which company would be the best. And I heard this for the first time, but I'm sure it's not the first time it's been said. Not taking anything away from the brilliance of the person that said it. Mike said it, I think, in his last Age of Golden Cardboard about uh, a Frankenstein collector, which collects all the different kinds of flips and doesn't really care. They want the card. And that's me. And I think I've proven that. I've been on JT's channel talking about the philosophy or thought process that it is. But this is my actual thought process of what I go through. Now, I'll go online when I'm shopping for cards graded. I don't care really what the flip is. PSA 10s, you're going to pay a premium most of the time. But if it's a guy that's not that expensive, it doesn't really matter. But, SGC, I hate to say it, is a little less. And that CSG, you really can get cheap. I've gotten 2 hockey cards in GMA. I've bought Beckett. It's I the only one I haven't bought and I will not buy is HGA. I don't trust them, and I'm going to be the same way with Tag for a while. I just, I can't pay a premium for any grade that's in an HGA and trust it to be real. Not the card itself, but the grade itself. So why I don't even deal with it. Pretty flips, I guess, but I'll just stick with who I feel comfortable with. So, and I told you I bought GMA, so not thinking that card. They're 10s. I think they're 10. They might be. I don't know, but I wanted the card, so and I bought them cheap, and that was the reason why. It was a Nicholas Backstrom rookie and a Pavel Bure rookie, so I got a really good deal on them. But anyway, so I get the cards, and how I figure out is a card that I know that's in a registry that I have. And registry people, I had to explain this to a couple of friends of mine. Registry people, this is an addiction. I'm not going to split hairs. I'm not going to candy coat it, but we want maybe not the best collection, but we want to complete the collection. We're completists. We wouldn't have started it if we didn't want to complete it or come darn close to that. And I've been talking about my Gary Carters, and I'll have another where I show off some more. But like my Gary Carters, they're going to PSA. Pete Alonso rookie Topps cards that are in the 475 picture or variants of that picture go to Topps. Go to PSA, because I have right to my left here a display like it's behind me, but it's all Pete Alonso 475 pictures and variants of that picture. So it is cool to look at. I love it, and it's something that I had at my old house. And once I got it here, made me feel I got it back. I don't have it completely of that at the end, so I'm getting the rest of my Pete Alonso's rookies graded as CSG because I can't. That price is just I can't beat it, and it's the same size as PSA. So if I do, I got some in my case over here to fill it out. So it's not a size discrepancy. I could have the same amount on every shelf. When I have SGC on that shelf, I can't. It takes up too much room, so I'm going to be short a card, and then it looks funny. And that's how us collectors. You're going to have a lot of people. They're going to collect PSA because they want everything in their collection PSA. You have people that update their holders because they want them all in PSA Lighthouse. That's just the way we are, right? And it's acceptable. Any way that you do it is acceptable. If it's not to you, then the problem's with you, not with me. But that's how I work with PSA. I'll also grade if I think I can get more bang out of my buck. So if I think I can sell the card at a few $100s or more, it's going to go to PSA. Do I have to wait longer? Yes. But to me, I'm sending the cards that I think are not like I have to have them right back to sell them. If that makes sense. Might not necessarily have to be a Hall of Famer by any means, but just a stars, something that's bigger. And when I get some PSA cards back, I hope this will all make sense. Uh, and then after that, the rest of my PC stuff goes to CSG uh, for the most part. Now, what parts of my PC go to SGC is my Batman collection, my Topps Candy Gum wrapper collection, uh, Star Wars, some of my, cards. I think just baseball, football, basketball, whatever will look good in the SGC. But I'm going to tell you right now, at $22 a card, and I can get them back within 3 to 4 months. SGC is going to be probably getting more and more of my non-sports stuff. Where in PSA at the same price, literally, we'll probably start getting more and more of PSA and CSG, because, because SGC, and somebody else said they're bigger, and I like the Tux. I don't have a problem with that, but their actual frames are bigger. So they're harder for me to store, and that's my issue with a lot of things. I used to stay away from tobacco style cards because of the storing issues. I used to just try to get rid of them as fast as I could as when I opened packs. But Mike turned me on to these inserts that have the tobacco sleeve inside a regular size sleeve that fits into the top loader. That changed my world. They have the tobacco sleeves that are smaller. They go in a smaller tobacco top loader, but that was the same problem that I had. I like all my stuff to fit in my. I don't want to have to buy certain things because I'm very. I collect and I like to keep things in alphabetical order. Um, and I have to have things in order, or I get very antsy. My cards, I got them out of order to sell them on sport lots. Did not like that at all. The sport lots thing I'm not talking about. Getting them out of order. Now I'm busy putting them back in order because my brain couldn't deal with that. But anyway, so that's how I navigate it. Now this PSA $22 thing for $199 up to cards to $199. I think this is a filling out process with PSA. I think they want to see where it's at. They don't want to get crushed with cards. So they're going to have a $22, which that's where they were before the world went to hell in a basket. But $199 they were at, then they went to $499. At one time they were $99 at $22 or $18 or something like that. So the future, we don't know what they're going to do. But I think that $199 will probably go up to $499 before the $22 drops. I think it's their way of kind of slowing the process of how many cards are coming in to shoulder the load, to stay with that. They want to get everything out in a 4-month span. I respect that. And that's not a too terrible of a time. I know we've all gotten spoiled by SGC, 2-3 week turnaround, and customer service is awesome. I'm going to always grade with them. And I love SGC. I also love CSG, and I tolerate PSA. But if I want the cards to have the value in the long run, I think some of my higher end stuff is going to have to go to PSA. I don't have a lot of higher end, but here and there, and my registry. Now at $22, am I sending my Gary Carters in at $22? Probably not most of them, and because they still you gotta have value, right? Now I did in the past at 22. I broke down and started sending some in. and I might still send in a couple here and there, some of the harder to find stuff, just to get it capsulated, to get stuff into my registry. Like I said, it's an addiction. You want to see your registry grow. It was sad seeing it sit there, and I think this is a start to kind of start feeding this. I don't think the $22 to for 199 is for the flipper culture or the selling culture. I think this is more for the registry people and people that collect, not necessarily selling their cards. But let's be real, the majority of the cards out there are under $199. It's not all about dollars and return on an investment and everything like that. Sometimes you do things for the pure entertainment. I go to the movie to watch it, not to sit there and try to take pictures of it and sell. I don't know. My pitch. It to me, this hobby's an entertainment, and yes, there are people that make money off of entertainment. But to me, the $22 still probably a little too pricey for that. If it came down to 20 below, and I know we're talking about $2, that's when my mind starts going, Scott, you talk about $2. But it adds up. Um, I would really like it to that $15, $16 range. Then you would start seeing me really start doing it again. And then when it comes to, I still will probably start, if it's my Pete Alonsos, see, that's a different world. Because now my Pete's that I'm getting graded are all numbered, low numbered. If they're not already graded, specialty cards, things like that. I'm really trying to get some of those, and they're pricey. Um, but it's an addiction, and that's not a registry. And in my Johnny Bench playing days cards registry, I try to pick those up already and graded. So I can get actually most of the ones that I have raw. I don't know if I want to get those graded or not. Most of them are not in the best of shape. Why waste my time getting a graded when I could buy one that I can be a grade or two higher than what I own? Um, so that's my thought on that one. And I'm trying to think what else. I know as much as I really love SGC, it's the size, and I know it sounds weird, but we all have our hangups, right? And I still, I love my Star Wars in them. So it's not going to slow down. I have a ton of non-sports stuff, ton, ton of it. So, and I really like things with color in SGC. So if it's a colorful card for sports, it'll probably go to SGC, so it'll pop a little bit more. But I love CSG's plastic. I love their new flip. Um, I got to like the old flip because the plastic just won me over so much with CSG. And, you know, PSA, I don't really much of it, but the hobby does. So sometimes you got to get along, with what everybody else is doing, just in case you want to sell it in the future. And again, the registry. I know one of my friends said they're doing a registry on CSG. Maybe I need to look into that for my next stuff that I start up. My David Wrights, or I don't know. I got a lot of Frank Thomases and Ken Griffey's already in PSA. But I do also have a lot of them in CSG. Now that I look at it, I got a lot. I reset up if you watched my last video, I reset my card wall that I do videos on. So I feel a lot better. I feel a lot homier, surrounded with my 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 cards, and I have fun and other things as you see behind me. Uh, so hopefully I did get in the picture that I've been waiting on at Hobby Lobby. So in the future, I will probably do a reveal of I would say a room reveal, but it's more like most of my apartment reveal I've used, and you know, have fun with it. So until next time, like, share, please. I wanted this to be a type of conversation how y'all are doing navigating this world of graded cards, and you know, eh, more and more companies. I don't know if it's. I like the competition. We win in the end, but uh, they still got to do it right. And I don't know. I'm not in on tag at all. HGA, I've aired that out quite a bit. So leave with how you're thinking down below. Let's get this conversation started. Please like it if you like it. Tell me what else I should be talking about in these Saturday shows. So until next time, see you.